Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about a question that feels straight out of a science fiction movie. Should we all have pet dinosaurs if cloning them became possible? It's a wild idea, but with all the advances in science, who knows what might be possible in the future? Let's explore the pros and cons of having dinosaurs as pets. First, let's imagine what it would be like to have a pet dinosaur. Instead of a dog barking at the door, you could have a velociraptor greeting you when you come home. Instead of a cat curling up on your lap, maybe a baby triceratops would want to cuddle. It sounds amazing, right? Dinosaurs could be the coolest, most unique pets anyone could ever have. But before we get too excited, let's think about the challenges and whether this idea is really practical. Let's start with the arguments for having pet dinosaurs. One reason people might want dinosaurs as pets is because they are fascinating creatures. Dinosaurs went extinct millions of years ago, but they've captured our imaginations ever since. Cloning them would be like bringing a piece of history to life. People could learn so much by observing dinosaurs up close, and kids especially might love the idea of having a real-life dinosaur instead of just reading about them in books or watching them in movies. Another benefit is that dinosaurs could potentially be helpful. Imagine using a dinosaur to pull heavy loads or plow fields. A strong dinosaur like an ankylosaurus could help with construction projects, or a fast one like a gallimimus could deliver goods quickly. Dinosaurs could even be trained to assist in rescue operations or help protect endangered species in the wild. If we could domesticate them, dinosaurs might become more than just pets. They could become valuable members of society. And let's not forget how fun it would be. Having a pet dinosaur would make life so exciting. They could join us on adventures, play games, and give us a sense of wonder and connection to the ancient past. For some people, the idea of having a dinosaur as a pet would be a dream come true. But now let's think about the other side of the argument. Would having pet dinosaurs really be such a good idea? One major concern is their size. Most dinosaurs were enormous, and even the smaller ones were still much bigger than most pets we have today. Imagine trying to keep a brachiosaurus in your backyard or finding space for a stegosaurus in your living room. Housing a dinosaur would require a lot of space, and most people wouldn't have the resources to take care of them properly. Another issue is food. Dinosaurs, especially the large ones, would need an incredible amount of food every day. A T-Rex, for example, might need to eat hundreds of pounds of meat daily. Even a plant-eating dinosaur like a brontosaurus would need an endless supply of leaves and vegetation. Feeding a dinosaur would be very expensive and not environmentally friendly, especially since we're already struggling to provide enough food for people and animals today. There's also the issue of safety. Dinosaurs were wild animals, and many of them were predators. Even if we managed to clone them, it's unlikely they would behave like pets. A dinosaur could easily become dangerous if it felt scared, hungry, or threatened. Imagine walking your pet raptor in the park and having it chase after other people or animals. The risks might outweigh the benefits, especially for large carnivorous species. Another question to consider is the ethics of cloning dinosaurs in the first place. Some people believe that bringing back extinct species could disrupt ecosystems and create problems we can't predict. Dinosaurs lived in a very different time, with different climates and conditions. Even if we could clone them, they might not adapt well to the modern world. It could also raise questions about whether we should focus on saving animals that are already endangered instead of bringing back creatures that went extinct millions of years ago. And what about the costs? Cloning dinosaurs would be an incredibly expensive process, and the money could perhaps be better spent on other things, like improving healthcare, education, or protecting the environment. For many people, the idea of spending billions of dollars to clone dinosaurs might seem unnecessary when there are so many other problems to solve. So, what's the answer? Should we all have pet dinosaurs if cloning them became possible? Like many big questions, the answer isn't simple. On one hand, dinosaurs are fascinating creatures that could bring joy and wonder to our lives. On the other hand, taking care of them would be incredibly challenging, and there are serious ethical and practical concerns to consider. Maybe the best solution is to enjoy dinosaurs in other ways. For example, scientists could clone dinosaurs for research purposes and keep them in protected environments, like wildlife reserves or zoos. This way, people could still learn about dinosaurs and experience their wonder without the risks and challenges of keeping them as pets. Alternatively, technology like virtual reality could let us experience what it's like to interact with dinosaurs without actually cloning them. Imagine being able to see and hear dinosaurs up close through a VR headset. It could be just as exciting as having a real-life dinosaur, but much safer and easier to manage. In conclusion, while the idea of having pet dinosaurs is exciting and fun to imagine, it's probably not the most practical or responsible option. Dinosaurs are amazing creatures, but their size, behavior, and needs would make them very difficult to care for. Instead, we can appreciate these incredible animals through science, technology, and imagination. So, what do you think? Would you want a pet dinosaur, or do you think it's better to leave them in the past? Thank you for listening, and I hope this has given you something to think about. Let's keep the conversation going, and maybe one day we'll find new ways to connect with the wonders of the ancient world.